Hey everybody, how we doing today? Beautiful day here in the Florida Keys, and we are on a little mission to hit a new launch spot, fish out the final area that I got left in the northeast of Marathon, the Gulf side. They just put in a new dock with a kayak launch over here at Grassy Key. I think it's Grassy Key. That I checked out the other day. It looks really nice. So that is actually a closer spot to the last section than launching from the mile marker 54 boat launch. So got the kayak up, and then we're gonna run over there, check out that launch area, hit that last little spot, and then we'll be done. So that's the plan. All right, we're over here at Sunset Bay Park. Nice, it's all brand new right now. I got one stall, but everybody used to park along here, so I think that's still available. I'll take you to the kayak launch. I don't know if I'm going to use that or if I'll just use down here by the rocks. I might just have to drag my kayak through there. This is all brand spanking new. Very nice. Maybe it will be easier to just haul my stuff. Some beautiful flats areas here. That's kind of broken bottom I like, but underwater. It's low tide right now. That's a good example of it. That's a good spot to be fly fishing for bonefish. Nice little hangout areas. What I saw about this is a floating dock. So if you want to get your sea legs when the water is rocking, this dock just bows just like a boat. And here's the launch. It's like a perfect casting platform. Fly fish here. Bonefish and cudas. Sure they'll be in here. Got access to some nice docks, but we're going to be heading right around that corner and then into the basin that way. Glass minnows. See, they're so it's so deep that put down, it'd be a hassle trying to get my kayak up and down. It's probably easier for me to just roll it off into the water there. And at low tide, I just jump in the water, but at high tide, it gets pretty deep. So I don't know. I might still launch from the edge there. It's just too tall. I mean, they're 1.5 feet. Let me see these edges here. That's the only hassle. I brought my balloon wheels, so I can use those. It's just a hassle getting it on and off. Yeah, so I don't know. I think I'm going to use the balloon wheels. That way I can just roll the kayak all the way down over here. Then when I bring it in, I'll have to unload everything by hand and then just use the wheels to bring just the kayak only. This stuff is all soft. I don't know, we'll do something. All right, we have success. I went ahead and just rolled the kayak down using my balloon tires. Just loaded everything on top unassembled and then brought it down and just assembled in the water. Pain in the butt, not my favorite thing. I'll probably use the Tarpon 140, my paddle kayak, and just launch from there. But yeah, easier to launch from the boat ramp with my trailer. So, but let's go on and hit the cove around the end and see what's there. This area has some nice docks to fish, so those would be good and close all along here. One of these has a deep cutout for their own basin. I think it might be this one up here. They got a deep water port. But we're gonna go out just around the corner here That's that big house I did the last video on, prospecting out here. But we're gonna do one more basin over this way, and that's the last one. No, I think it's this one that has that deep water. If you look from Google Maps, you'll see it. It's got its own seawall and a deep water port. That's pretty cool. But on this side, the water stays pretty deep, so I don't think it's such an issue. You just have to have kind of a longer dock. All right, so we're gonna start off exactly where I ended the last prospecting video, which is right at this point. There's the big house there, and then there's a cove that went in there. That's what I worked that whole time frame. So today I'm gonna work this last cove here. This one goes and it fish hooks around, and there's a big basin in the center there. So I want to check that out, check around the edges. You can kind of see the wind is blowing this way, so that side's going to be the better edge. However, you can see we're kind of at low tide right now, so I can't get in real close because it's dirt. So I'm going to stay kind of out. If you watch my last Sight Fishing 101 video where I talked about slow and fast, I'm going to just kind of do a fast round. Just stay as close in as possible, take a look, see if I can find passageways, hit these areas. Hopefully I'll see some stuff cruising around, but basically just see what's around. That's the key part. Yeah, that side got real shallow, so I can't even make it through there without paddling. So I'm gonna go along the left side, which looks a little deeper, a little shark. Not gonna expect to see too much, maybe see some tarpon around, and they might be hanging out in the center since it's a little deeper. Depends on how deep the edge is over here. And here's that big basin it opens up to that I wanted to check out. There's a fairly deep channel that runs into it. I'm surprised about that. Pretty clean edge. If I'm going to see anything, it would be in these areas. It went something. Right at these points along here. It's low tide, but it's still kind of deep. These are the kind of things I'm wanting to check out. There are these little highways. They end up in this corner, but that water keeps pushing through. Let's drop anchor here real quick. Just take a second, take a look here. Got a little bit of a deeper edge. Yeah, see, there's a channel that runs right through there. Oh, look at those are more of those reef coral fish, colorful. Make me think it's the red's fish. I guarantee there's tarpon coming out of here. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of those things. Look at all of them. Pretty coral fish. Surprised I'm not seeing more mangrove snappers. I did bring remnants of pilchards, frozen pilchards that I had left over from yesterday. Figured I'd save them and maybe use them today. So this one's interesting here. I think you could just anchor up here, not even chum. Chum would help just to see what happens, but you can just sit here and wait. And I have a feeling a tarpon and stuff would come rolling out of here. See, there's these deep corners. They have these deep cutout sections. Again, over here in this corner, I think that's probably another passageway there. Nice edge around this thing. I thought this would be flat, shallow, but it's not. Very surprised. And this is the far back corner. There's US 1 runs along here. Man, it's deep around here. Usually these corners are good holding points. Not seeing much, but then again, this is that just silty dead bottom. I'm looking to just scare bodies away, because if I can find where they are, then I know where they're going to be. Well, it's so calm back in here. I mean, it smells like a juvenile tarpon spot. That and an alligator crocodile spot. Keep an eye out for those too. But I'm also looking for gulping tarpon. Well, we made it to this the west side back corner. Don't see much. I'm pretty sure at higher tide the water pushes over to the next basin, but I don't see any highways through here right at the moment. A little bit through there, but it's so mucked up that doesn't get very much current through here, so not so great. So we'll finish this left hand side, see what's there, and back out of this basin. It's pretty interesting. It's a great spot to get out of the wind if you're not really fishing. I think maybe during the spring, summer, more tarpon will be in here, or a different time of the day now. But I bet you this basin fills up with mullet during spring, summer. But it just doesn't get a ton of water flow, so you get this mucky bottom that doesn't really hold much. It doesn't bother the juvenile tarpon because that's kind of the environment they're born in. So let's keep moving on. All right, so that concludes this basin recon. So did the right hand side. This immediate to the right is too skinny or at this level, but that big basin is pretty interesting. I didn't see a single tarpon in there, not really much. I seen probably in total 3 teenager size kudas. That's about it. A bunch of those wrasse reef fish, and that's about it. But you never know. It looks like it's a kind of a tarpon-y spot for the juveniles, maybe different time of the year. And definitely I think mullet are going to be there during their run. But yeah, pretty good place. Definitely if you wanted to get out of the wind, not necessarily have to fish, but just want some place to hide out, it's a good quiet little basin there. But before it gets too late, I'm going to go around to the spots where I did see some tarpon the other time and just hit those real quick, and maybe take a look at these flats if they're exposed here, and just kind of see. I like this basin by the big house the best out of all of them. I just like the bottom out here. It seems like it gets more water current. It's a little bit healthier back there, and plus I saw those tarpon, so let's go check it out.